Hi, everybody. Welcome into another new episode of Caton'S Corner here on CUTV. I'm always your host, Tom Caton. Hope everyone's doing good amidst the pandemic and all. Hope you're all staying safe, social distancing, doing whatever. Talk about Halloween here for a second. Even though it was 2 weeks ago, hope everyone found some way to enjoy it, even though we have a pandemic going on around us. I really couldn't complain about it. I got to spend that time down in Myrtle Beach. Very nice. I had two other vacations planned this year, the Outer Banks and St. Pete Beach, Florida, but those got canceled because of the rise in cases of coronavirus, and my family did not want to risk that. It was nice to get out of Pennsylvania, which is always a good thing, but it was 80 degrees down in Myrtle Beach, and then I came back here to PA, the lovely hometown of Baden, Pennsylvania, to 30-degree weather, and it was snowing the one day. And I was like, why does Mother Nature have to do this to me? And if I didn't have my heart set on moving up north, primarily New York City, I would definitely move down south. But getting back to Halloween, things were a little different this year because of the pandemic. I like to reminisce on the good times from last year. If you remember my Halloween show from last year, if you can see from the picture here, dressed up as a deviled egg. I had a shirt on that was created by Zoe Webster. Thanks, Zoe, for that, and a pair of devil horns. Puns are my go-to costume ideas. And then I have a picture here from my Halloween costume from 2018, where I dressed up as a ceiling fan. You see my shirt that says Go Ceilings. I'm standing next with my lovely friend, Taylor Kodrick. Go Ceilings, ceiling fan, get it? But for Halloween this year, I didn't have a costume because I spent half of it in the car driving back from Myrtle Beach. Maybe I'll try to figure out a costume for next year. Halloween is by far my favorite holiday of the year. Now that it's passed, we have the holiday season coming up. Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks, and it will be weird this year because of COVID constrictions and all that, and how many people you can have over at your house and still be deemed safe. I have a meme about this you'll see in a moment when we get to memes of the week that perfectly describes this. Christmas will probably be the same way too, and I know most of us are looking forward to the year being over because once this year is over, we will not be talking about it again. Never talk about 2020 again. The days are counting down here as we speak. We have about a month left of the fall semester until it's over. I'm counting down the days until graduation. 179, I believe. That's if Gary lets me graduate. Fingers crossed we can have an in-person ceremony. But with that being said, talked about memes. Let's get into memes of the week here. Memes found on social media and all that because I have a lot of free time being at home. Talk about this first meme. So here it is. 6 allowed at Thanksgiving, but 30 for a funeral. I'll be holding a funeral for my pet turkey that will pass away on November 26th. Refreshments provided. Let me know if anyone can RSVP to that. We'll go to the next one. 2 different types of people on the first day of November. Get people excited for Halloween. Whoops, I'm sorry. People excited for Christmas. And then there's me. There's only 365 days left until next Halloween, for anyone that knows me. And then we go to the last one. This is me thinking about Thanksgiving. It's in 2 weeks. That will be me thinking about it. So I can't wait. But those are my memes of the week. And as always, if you ever have a meme you think I should see, please send it to my email, cat7359@calu.edu. And with that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Caton'S Corner on CUTV.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
Right, welcome back everybody to Caton'S Corner. My next guest is the president of the University Choir. He's here to give me some insight on what the choir has been doing this semester despite the ongoing pandemic. Everyone please welcome Thomas. I'm going to let you say your last name. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. I don't want to screw it up, so how do you say your last name?
My last name is
Okay, so, well, I like you anyway because your first name is Thomas, so. Two Toms are better than one. University choir. So first of all, the thing's still going pretty good there despite the pandemic and all that.
Yeah, everything's going pretty well. It's a lot of music to try to learn because I'm in both choirs, so those students have double the workload going on.
And so has the pandemic affected any of that work in any way?
The only way it's affected it is just a little more practicing time, is a little more one-on-one since we can't meet like how we usually have in the past. But other than that, it's more or less the same business as usual. We practice every day.
And so how are you guys making, you guys meet virtually? And if so, how are you making that work?
Yeah, so what we do is that we meet virtually Monday and Wednesday, as opposed to our normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We meet for an hour. We talk to Dr. Tillman about any issues that we have with the songs, iron out any of the wrinkles that we have. And we'll put in like our breath markings, talk about the piece and what Dr. Tillman would like to emphasize more in the song. So we'll get all of our markings and stuff from him during the 1 hour. Then we practice it, send him a recording checkup, and then he'll give us feedback.
And so that it was funny. Before we started talking, you said you have a nickname in the choir? Is that what you were saying a little bit ago?
I have a nickname with the marching band, not the choir. The marching
band, okay.
White Chocolate. So.
And how'd you get that nickname?
My freshman year, we were playing basketball in the drum line. And this one kid goes, "Man, you got all these steals. You're like White Chocolate." And he never remembered my name. So, and it just stuck for the 4 years.
Well, I guess that's not the worst nickname you could have. It could be worse, but it's funny. There's weird nicknames that stick forever. As someone calls you by your first name, it's weird.
Right. Like, I don't know if you recall, but I ran for homecoming court last fall. Well, some of my band friends tried to vote for me. They didn't know who to vote for because White Chocolate wasn't on the ballot. Like, that's how prominent of a name I have. So.
You couldn't remember your actual name.
Right. Wow. I turned in my stuff for the marching band, and they're like, "What's your name?"
That's crazy.
It's just one of the nicknames. Love it.
But so the plans for the spring semester have been announced. Has the choir figured out anything on plans for the spring semester?
What the choir is doing, the e-board, we're meeting to try to figure out what we can and can't do so we can incorporate the CDC guidelines. We're hoping that we'll have the numbers to go back because from what I've been hearing, it's the amount of people that can register to take the class. And since so many CMT majors need to take it, we're hoping that the non-CMT majors that are enthusiastic about choir will be able to take the class for credit and be able to meet in person rather than online again.
So does that mean students can still join the choir, and if so, how?
Yeah, the students are more than welcome to join choir. We're always looking for new members. You just register for the class online. You can email me or Dr. Tillman with any questions. There are no prereqs for choir. We just ask that you can make the meeting times of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2 to 2:50, and that you're just enthusiastic about the music and will take choir seriously.
And for people that are watching, if you want to give a shout out to your email real quick.
My email is sch4639@kalu.edu.
And so I think we were talking about it a little bit before, but there's no requirements to join choir, is there?
Nope, no requirements. We just ask that you can meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 2 to 2:50. If there are class conflict with one of those days, if you email Dr. Tillman, he's usually pretty accommodating if you can make at least 2 out of the 3 days at that time.
And so roughly how many students do you have in the choir right now?
Choir is normally a big group. We have anywhere from like the upper 20s to mid 30s in the choir. It's a pretty big group. Just because of the pandemic, our numbers are more in the 20 sides, but usually we're a bigger group.
And I'm not like up to par in my vocabulary, but what are the positions in the choir and all that?
So the choir is set up as 4 sections, 2 guy sections, 2 girl sections. The guy sections are the tenors and the basses. The basses are the guys that can hit the lower notes. Tenors are the guys that can hit some of the higher notes. And the girl equivalent would be alto and soprano. Sopranos sing the higher notes, altos sing the lower notes. And sometimes they're even broken up within the subsections of the choir.
All I know is that if I was in the choir, me singing, that wouldn't work out. I'd probably break some glass or something trying to sing and hit a high note. I know that.
See, some people say that because I'll tell people like, come on, join choir. You said you did it in high school, or you have some passion for music. Like, well, I can't sing. Well, sometimes that's not always the case. We will take anybody. Some people say they can't sing, they join choir, and they're like, wow, I really enjoyed this experience, and I'm better than I thought. The choir is very open-armed, and we're willing to help any student that wants to come and join.
I love that. So, have you guys held any events over the semester so far?
This semester was kind of tricky because our fall activities usually are family day and Trax Farms, and we couldn't do those with the university being closed and with Trax Farms trying to limit their number of people because of the pandemic. And California Singers, our vocal audition group, we would normally do caroling this semester, but again, because of the pandemic, we weren't able to do that this time around.
Have you guys faced any real challenges despite the pandemic and not being able to meet?
Not really. I mean, we've worked out some kinks with some of our songs. The trickiest part is trying to do the recordings without a director, because we usually watch him for all the cues, the time changes and stuff like that, but we iron all of those wrinkles out in the class we have whenever we meet Monday and Wednesday. But other than that, it's just been business as usual. We practice on our own and nothing much else has changed. It's just trying to figure out everything.
Have you seen any benefits from this at all, or not really?
I'm gonna say no, just because it's more or less the same. We talk about the piece during class, and then we practice on our own. It's very much, choir is very much of practice as you need kind of a thing. Whatever we don't go over in class, if you're still struggling with it, well, then you got to practice it a little bit outside of class. That's like doing your homework. So it's really more or less the same in my opinion.
And so what are you hoping for in the spring semester?
I'm hoping that we get to go back and meet face to face and make music as one cohesive group. I get we're doing one group recording, but it's not the same as singing next to your friends in choir. I would like much to have that home feeling again of camaraderie. We make great music together rather than a bunch of individual recordings.
And I know the email was sent out last week about plans for the spring semester. I know things are always subject to change, but because I know we've been talking about it in CTV, it's been different for us too, not being together, but hopefully we can all be back, like you said. It's just, yeah, it's not the same when you're not around everybody that you've met so far at Cal. But any final comments you'd like to say?
Think about doing it. If there's any thought about you doing it, you will not regret the experience. We have a bunch of other a cappella groups. If you really like a cappella music, that'd be more than happy to talk to you about if you have any questions. Again, my email is sch4639@calu.edu. Please stay safe and healthy. Listen to the CDC guidelines, socially distance, because I would like to be back on campus with everybody, sharing my gift along with everybody else's gift of music and singing on campus for everyone to hear.
Well said. And yes, I will back you up on that. I know we hate having to wear a mask and all this stuff, but if it can get us back on campus in the spring, we have to do what we have to do. But I believe that is it. Of course, anyone wanting to join the choir, always email Thomas. Again, his email sch4369, I believe. 4639. Okay. I'm thinking 4369. That's the last 4 digits of my dad's cell phone numbers. But I believe that is it. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back after this. Stay tuned, everybody. You're watching Caton'S Corner on CTV.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Next guest, or guest, as I should say, comes from the CTV family, and we know who they are. They're here to talk about their wedding engagement, and this isn't the first time I've had an engaged couple beg to come on my show. Everyone, please welcome TK and Ashlyn. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
So thanks for being here today. So let's get into it. So first of all, basic questions here. So how did you guys meet?
Well, most people probably laugh, but Tinder actually, and then we met at Chick-fil-A on campus is like our first meeting. So
there's nothing wrong with that, I would say. So how long have you guys dated before getting engaged?
Actually today is 9 months. So
9 months.
Before getting engaged, it was 8 months, yeah.
So, and I know my sister Lauren, she's getting married next May, but her and her fiance, they dated 2.5 years before he popped the question. So why so suddenly, if I can ask?
we kind of like a lot like came together for us like in a short amount of time, and it's like when things just feel right, we just kind of do it. So like everything just seemed right for us, and like the amount of stuff we've been through, we come out stronger. So in the end, we're like, okay, well, why we just wait? We can just make it official and then get married when we decide. So we're like, why not?
So, and then TK, what made you decide to propose?
So like as you said, it's pretty quick, but like I never had a connection with anybody. Like, and if anybody knows me, because most of my friends and things like that, you always probably know that I've always thought I'll never get married because like when I did weddings and stuff, but I don't know, something just seemed different with her. She like connected with me in ways that I never thought that I'd have a connection with somebody, and I can tell that she genuinely cares about me and loves me like no one else ever did. So I was like, it changed my whole perspective on getting married, and that's what kind of made me decide to propose.
And I like the proposed story, how I saw and all that, but if you want to describe how you proposed for everyone.
Do you want to tell them that? You want me to do it?
How did that all go down?
So we took actually a month ago today, we were in Cleveland for a weekend, just a mini vacation for us, just for our 8-month anniversary. And then on Saturday, which was the 10th of every month is our anniversary, we went out to a Blue Point Grill in Cleveland, which is like a really fancy like steakhouse and grill and things in Cleveland. And at the end of dinner, I asked her. And then that was the weekend. That was like the second day of the weekend. We did Friday through Sunday.
And then I know we've talked about it before because I wrote a story about this, but you guys have set a wedding date, correct?
Yeah.
And when's that date for?
September 10th of 22.
And does that day have any meaning, or is just a random day, or what's your opinion on that?
I don't know. I think we both kind of wanted it to be on the 10th. That's like the date, we celebrate our month anniversary every month. So we kind of just wanted it in the fall, and September 10th happened to fall on a Saturday. So it kind of worked out.
And plus, like early September, it's still warm out to not like the summer heat or winter. I don't know why people would want to get married in the winter. But so how do you guys envision your wedding day to look like?
Well, we want like what we kind of said about everything when we're planning it. We want like very elegant, but we want it like a touch of rustic, but then our own personalities that we can customize in it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And like the venue we picked out is like kind of does that completely. Like it's really elegant, but it has like that touches of rustic in it, so it's like it really complements what we wanted.
I think one of the most important factors is the color scheme. Do you guys have a color scheme picked out yet?
Yeah, we do. Purple and silver.
So I know for my sister, I believe it's pink and sage green or whatever the colors are. I would never imagine green and pink going together, but they actually do go together. So TK, you're saying a little bit ago, you didn't really expect to get married, but did either, like Ashlyn, for you, did you expect to get married and all that?
At some point, yeah. Not this early did I expect it, but I expected it at some point.
And then TK, I know you said, and there goes my dog in the background if you can hear him, but TK, you probably said you never expected to get married yourself.
Yeah, like over the years of doing weddings myself, I always told like all of you guys and all other friends and stuff like I'll never go through this. I'll never end up getting married. But then I always also thought I'd never find the person I wanted to marry either. So it all kind of changed when I met her.
So now you have your own DJ business. Are you gonna be playing the music at your wedding, or are you gonna find
No,
that's
that's like impossible to do. We're hiring everybody like as far as vendor wise, just to kind of wait. We can just enjoy our day and not have to worry about anything ourselves.
Right. I know. I tried to bring you up for my sister's wedding, but they said they found someone else. So if you want
It's all good.
a bone to pick with them, I'll let you go for that. But do you guys have any plans set for the future? I know it's so early on and all that.
No, I think we both just kind of want to graduate school and get jobs set for ourselves and kind of go from there.
And so that's why, like, it's about just less than 2 years until your wedding day, but you said 2022, because by that time both of you will be graduated, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I know, big question, funny question that I wanted to ask, probably for all of us at CTV, are we going to expect an invite?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Just so you know, our former CTV member, Mr. Doug Lackey, is the best man, just so you know.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that. He's been calling me like every other day to talk to me about something.
So it is official, Doug will be your best man then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you figured out anybody else for the bridal party and all that?
Not 100%. I mean, we did add Johnny will probably be in there. My one friend who's in the Navy, he's stationed in California. He's coming back for the wedding to be a groomsman. But nobody else I've really set on yet. And her brother for sure. And I'm like missing that one. We're gonna have like 5 on each side, so I'm not set on one yet. So I have the rest of them.
Because I think for my sister, I think she has like 6 or 7 on each side.
Wow. Okay.
I tried to say no when they asked me. They wouldn't take no for an answer, but I tried. I was like, just let me go to the party. But
Doug keeps saying we need to get Johnny ordained to do our wedding, and we're like, nah, he's just gonna be a groomsman.
I would pay to see that.
I think Gary wanted to see that too.
Or Gary can be the minister. One or the other. But so hopefully, I know. So do you guys have any final comments you'd like to say?
Not really. I don't think. No. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. I know. Hopefully, Ashlyn, not a bride. You don't think you'll turn into a bridezilla?
No. I think he'll be more of a groomzilla than me.
Because I know not to throw my sister under the bus, but only a month into her engagement, she turned into a bridezilla, and I know it can be stressful, but yeah, she turned into one real quickly. So hopefully, none of you turn into any of that. Hopefully, it's all. I see you guys looking at each other. So hopefully, it's all smooth sailing from here on out. But again, thank you guys for your time and coming today. I personally want to wish you all the best in your future and good times ahead. So I believe that is it. Let's see here. What else did I have? No, yes, I think that's it. That concludes this episode. I was going to have a game planned, but no, maybe next time. So that does conclude today's episode. I'd like to thank all my guests for attending, DK, Ashlyn, and Thomas. A huge thank you always goes out to Gary Smith for all the help that he does. Really hope we can be back in the studio for the spring semester because the days are winding down here towards my final show, set to air next May, but only time will tell. And Gary, if he lets that happen. If I have another show before Thanksgiving break, I'll see you all then. If not, I want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Try to celebrate however you can. And I will tease this, Tuesday, December 1st, I have a special episode of Caton'S Corner coming up. Very important guest that day. You're not going to want to miss it. She'll be here for the entire show. That's as much as I'm going to say. Some people may know who it is, but Tuesday, December 1st, make sure you tune in for that show and talk here. So until the next episode, I'll see everyone next time. And as always, in the words of Ellen DeGeneres, be kind to one another. Bye, everybody.